How about now? Let's do that audio check again. How is everybody? How's everybody? There's Nick for a tick in the chat. Yeah, I thought I was just voting. Let's go. How's everybody? FOMC. We got that post FOMC clarity tonight. Yeah, this ain't no signals class. Let's jump to it. I thought I had some nice music playing, but it looks like it was just for me. Let's get through. Let's get going. As always, in the YouTube chat, there is our Top Step risk disclosure. Everything that we go over, everything I go over is for educational purposes only. It is not a signals class. It is not financial advice. We're here to just get better and improve as traders, risk managers, some even gamblers. Now, Coach Jay is going to be joining me a little bit later. He had to take care of a few things, but he will be joining me. He just sent me a message. While we do that and while we wait for him, we could always, start. We could go through and take a look at the NASDAQ and gold. We go through our regular rapid fire, open up for some questions, and get everything started. So let's do it. I'll be quick with it. Shall we? And then we'll open up to some questions and we will review it again once Jay gets here. Coach Jay. So daily chart. What's happening? What's happening in this daily chart? What were my areas? What were the areas I was looking for? Tuning into fast markets, there's a reason, right? We came down, we tested, and we bounced. So we came down to these mid 200s, and we sure enough bounced off it. And this is all due to that FOMC event, right? FOMC event. Let's take a look at the hourly chart. I mean, we're kind of just consolidating. Let's take a look at the hourly. That's going to be a lot more telling after a news event like today. And sure enough, guess what? If you like to just play with technicals, this was it. This was it. Sure, we came down to these 280s and we bounced off there. And can this bull market just continue? Can this bull market just continue marching on where we keep going up and to the right? I mean, I don't see why not. We buy. Come on, chart. We buy the dip, buy the dip. That seems to be the case. Finding areas and opportunities to buy this market. Managing risk, right? Managing risk the best we can. We had that nice rally after FOMC. We broke through basically a lot of this consolidation. We are pushing up through these 500s. We had a little pullback for the past hour. The market is what? How much is it up? It's up, what, 0.4%. So we are rallying. Market's finding some buyers after hours. We have the all-time highs not too far away. All-time highs less than 100 points. We got these 640s being all-time highs. Can we see that tomorrow? Maybe. That should be it. How did everybody fare during FOMC? How was FOMC for you? Let's hear. I'm curious. I posted. I want to know some of the stories. Let's hear your story. There's probably a lot of them. I'm curious to see how everybody fared during FOMC. I mean, I'll go first. I didn't trade FOMC. I traded pre-FOMC. Nice little equity curve here in my XFA. And I locked up with $1,000, so I didn't even trade it. I stayed out, smoked the combine. Hey, combine's a lot better than a funded account or a live account, right? Or your personal money. Post FOMC, I was locked out, woke up early, good. 11,000 on 3 XFAs first day, great work. Took a short and called it a day, no trades, made $1,200 in the practice. Like to see that you're in practice accounts. Yeah, I didn't trade it. I had one trade and I was done, but look, it shows as 22. One trade, it shows as 22. Blew my bias, paid for it, was up 800 pre-market. Hopefully you locked out, whipsawed, lost 320, made 650 after those news. We've seen that's a lot of volatility. A lot of volatility. What was your trade? What was my trade, you say? Well, before we keep going through this, if you're asking me what my trade was, I was live during fast markets on Topstep TV. If you missed it, I posted the recording right there on my Twitter, on my social media. Whenever you don't see me on air, or if you've missed it, you can get updates right there on my social media. And while it's there, we could do a hashtag slow markets. Just tag me in there. Just tag me in it. Whether you had a great trade, maybe you have a trade that you have going on now, something, tag me, hashtag slow markets. There is my Twitter, and I did post my one trade I had today, and it was a good one. It was 100 points. It was a 100-point banger during fast markets. Basically caught the top and the bottom before FOMC almost. And of course, there is the Instagram. So we'll do both of them. Follow. I've been doing my best to try and update as much as I can. And we'll pin that one to the top of the chat, and we'll keep going. Some people in here are Woombas. I'll go through. I got to make sure I read these comments. Took the same trade as me. Great work. Made 500. Definitely. Yep. Appreciate it. Still trying to figure out your ways. Hey, that's why I do slow markets. I'm here to help traders. I'm here to answer questions, and we are going to be navigating these markets together. So post FOMC, got that market. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. Let's see if there's any trade opportunities tonight. We do have to note. In my point of view, in my opinion, it was a big nothing burger. We got what we expected, and now it's going to shine a magnifying glass on numbers like this. We have initial jobless claims tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. That is what I'm going to be paying attention to. A bigger emphasis on jobless claims and inflation. I think we could see more volatility around those numbers going forward. And so tonight, we have a lot of bullish momentum after FOMC. We're here. Let's zoom into the 5-minute chart and look at that. Look at this rally. That was one heck of a rally after the close. So we basically closed. After the close, we went straight up. Like that is a, what is that? A 75-point move after the close. We're up quite a bit tonight. On the 5-minute chart, the question is, where are we going to find resistance, or are we looking for support? Find areas to buy this market. You can see where this was some major resistance over the past day or so, looking at these major resistance points. So if we do get some type of a pullback and we look for opportunities to buy it going into tomorrow, I wouldn't be so hesitant to buy it. I am for longs, but we do have that jobs employment number first thing in the morning. So maybe after that comes out, there could be some opportunities with this volatility. We did get that breakout after hours. Unfortunately, I was kind of hoping that we could get this breakout during slow markets, but we broke out before slow markets. Pretty crazy. Now let's move over to gold. I see chat is already talking about gold. We are seeing some moves on gold. It is starting to sell off. Let's see, where are we at? That is, gold's down 0.69%. I tell you, that number is just everywhere. We're seeing quite the bit sell-off. Let's see. Let's zoom in. Where are we at tonight? Big sell-off on gold. We hit all-time highs at these 740s. We're pulling back. Where do we open up tonight? We opened up basically where we are at now. Like, this is where we open. This is that zone, kind of hovering around there. Question is, do we see more downside momentum? Or are we going to bounce? This is a 5-minute chart. Let's look at the hourly chart. Hourly, we are right at this level of, this was a major resistance level. Is this resistance going to become support, right? Is this resistance going to become support? Are we going to find buyers pushing us back up to those, lower 700s? Or are we going to see this market come back down and test maybe these lows? Could we see that? I wouldn't be surprised with either of those. I'm leaning towards... This is a tough one, to be honest. This is a very tough one for gold, especially after today. We take a lot of technicals, and the FOMC candle kind of changes a few things. And it's almost like we need to have some more market structure after FOMC to see if there's opportunities. But I can honestly see us push these lows. We are hovering right at 692. So maybe we can continue to sell off. We have 19 minutes to the top of the hour. 19 minutes to the top of the hour to see if there's going to be something set up on gold. But after FOMC, the most current price action is what I'm paying attention to. I said FOMC was a nothing burger. Yeah. Yep. In my opinion, people are going to try and digest all the words and everything. And essentially, it was as we expected, right? It was as we expected. It was according to what people were in line with what we were expecting. Quarter point rate cut. The dot plot was as close as it gets. What do you think of liquidity sweep on gold before retracing back up? Not sure exactly what you mean by that one. Are you just saying like we run these lows down here to the 70s and then we bounce back up? So should it not affect technicals? This candle, this price action today does, right? This price action today affects the technicals. So all of this, I'm not really paying attention to very much, right? So this price action that we had, a lot of this right here over the past couple of days while we were waiting is not as valid as what we just seen today. So I want to focus on everything that we've seen on this side of FOMC. So this is more important to me now going forward. And that's why I'm saying maybe we wait, have more patience, wait for that market structure. And then after we break out of this market structure, then of course we could look to the left and see the price structures and see if what we got there. Unless you're talking about how I was referring to this, I'm like, okay, you're contradicting yourself because you're just referring to this as a major point. Because I could get that. That's a major point. Does rollover still worry you? Not as much. It is Friday, right? It's quarterly expiration for the options. So it does worry me a little bit. And I think the biggest thing that worries me this week, I wouldn't say worries, but more of something that I'm paying attention to the most is going to be the jobless claims tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. Central is where I'm going to be paying attention the most. That's became a bigger factor than I guess what it was before. Mark Keeper automatically go to when is Hoag's party? I'm ready. I don't know. Hoag was ready for a party today. That was for sure. Let's just watch this. Let's go back over to the NASDAQ. We'll bounce between gold and the NASDAQ. We'll look at some trades. We'll see if we could find anything. One thing, this is something if we did not have jobless claims tomorrow, a decent trade setup is waiting for a pullback down here towards these 520s and up in this upper range, looking to be buying the dip. You'd have to tune into my socials. In my socials, like I said, I say socials as in Twitter or Instagram, and you can probably figure that out on your own. How do I use a practice account on Topstep until my account gets reset next week? You should be able to have a practice. Everyone has a practice account on Topstep X. If not, you should be able to go to the help page and it'll help you get that. taken care of. I'm in a short right now. NASDAQ, a little pullback. I'll be careful. I'll just be careful, Odie, on anything that you do in this market, especially if you're going against this major momentum. Also, I'm on your VIP name, just VIP team, just a different name. All right, Classic. I'm in my VIP. Go to accounts, add-ons to activate. Thank you, Ken. 2 micros, looking for 25 points. I could see that. I'm favoring longs, though. I could see the 25-point bounce. Just as long as you're managing risk, it doesn't matter whether you're long or short. Follow your process. There's many times where I'm wrong. I want to focus on gold. I want to focus on gold tonight. See if we get that nice price action here in gold, because there's been a lot of volatility lately. Lots of volatility. I want to see if I can take advantage of over some of that. See if we can get some good setups here on the gold. We are catching a bid, bouncing off of these 92s, which we've bounced a few times. I think I missed it. What happened to Coach Jay? Coach Jay is going to be joining me here shortly. He had a few things to take care of, but he will be joining me. As soon as he does, we'll bring him in. And while I wait for that one, let's go ahead and let's get some tunes. We got to get some tunes in here. We'll go popular. I got to get the tunes going for everybody. Let me know if it's too loud. Let me know if the music is too loud. Plot Plippity says, I like gold. I could see that. I could see it. I could see the longs. If you mean I like it, means you're bullish. Got it. Thank you. I'm interested in the indicators and settings Coach Jay uses. Yeah, you can ask him as soon as he comes here. He tunes in. Will you consider long right now? What do you mean, TS? Long right now? What market? We went through a few different markets. You know, we could go ahead and do that. Let's take a look at the effect of these other markets. I know you've seen it. You've probably seen a lot of these markets, but let's see what crude oil did. Crude oil did nothing. Crude did nothing really much, huh? We kind of sold off a little bit, bounced, not much. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, very similar to the equities, right? We consolidated, up and down, and then we ended up pushing higher. And what is left? I want to see what the Japanese market is doing. Japanese market did not do much at all either. These markets are pretty muted for an FOMC. I guess that's what you get when everything comes in line what you were expecting, right? Did I not turn my speaker on? Come back to the Nikkei. You trade the Nikkei? Yeah, I used to trade the Nikkei every single night. It's the Japanese market. But I've started not as much, right? Look at my trading. This has been my trading. Been pretty good. Pretty good the last week or two. I can only do it when I'm only down at 50. Yeah, we're watching gold here. Watching gold. This is post FOMC. We have jobless claims tomorrow morning that this market is probably going to be looking and watching. How do I pronounce BMW? Nice streak. Thanks, 8 Mile. See if we can get a push. I'm very neutral gold right now. Very neutral gold. Shout out to someone said they are short the NASDAQ. It's looking good. You see that chop? This is kind of consolidation right here. This is a nice consolidation pattern. Play would be a breakdown if we could break through down there, maybe retest these 60s and try and fill some of this rally. Some of that rally. Still waiting for some good hashtag slow markets. Watching, waiting. BMW. Call him a beamer. I'll get fired to go on jobless claims so this market could finally pump. Okay. There we go. There's that little breakdown that we're seeing so far on the NASDAQ. Not as volatile as what we were seeing earlier. Man, shout out to Jack. Shout out to Jack. If you missed Fast or Power Hour, Jack called out the basically settlement. Jack called out settlement. That was pretty nice. That was pretty cool. Neon says, how do you normally set your stop loss? Well, there's a lot of different ways you can set your stop loss, right? For example, if you are looking to get short this market, let's just say you're short from right here, right now. I personally like to have a stop loss above the previous pivot, right? It's the obvious place. That's where I like to have it. And a lot of times is I'll just trail it down as the market goes in my favor. That is one good example. However, if you are long, say you're long from right here, right now, I would do the same thing. I like to have my stop loss below that previous pivot and, looking for the market to continue higher. I've seen traders use an indicator for a stop loss. Maybe they use a VWAP. I just want to put my stop loss below VWAP. Find a way that works for you. Make sure it's as something simple that you could follow the rules. It's not complicated, and you could do it repeatedly and consistently. Gold long's cooking. Let's do a split chart tonight. Let's do a split chart. We're going to do a split chart tonight. Make sure. There we go. Gold longs are cooking. You are not wrong. We're going to put gold over here on the right-hand side. Gold over here on the right-hand side. Remind me, though, chat, yeah, those gold longs are cooking. Let's take a look. Let's make sure this NASDAQ. I want to make sure I don't get confused. Yeah, I don't think I would. There we go. There we go. All over the place. I just did the opening range break, so nothing too crazy here. Just haven't had it tear out the opening range lately. Hey, there's nothing wrong with keeping something simple. Something super simple. You don't need anything complicated. That's it. All right, we got a good hashtag slow markets submission. Let's I don't know if I can show this one though. That's the question. I'll just talk about it. I'll talk about this. I won't show it. It says, I don't know what happened. I told myself that I'm not going to trade FOMC and stay disciplined with this account, but I still messed up. I blew $7,300 in profits and 2 XFAs. What's your advice? I keep making the same mistakes. So it sounds like, you told yourself you wasn't going to trade FOMC and you did it anyway. This is my biggest suggestion. This manual lockout. You just click on it and you could lock yourself out. You don't have to do it all day. You could select and you could customize time frame, like how long you want to lock yourself out. That's my biggest suggestion. If you have a difficult time with the discipline of trading, especially if you're new, if you're sitting in front of the charts, it's very tempting to place trades because you look for opportunities in this market. That's my biggest advice. You see me do it this morning. I placed a trade on fast markets. I was one and done, and I just locked out. Say, okay, I don't care how nice the setup's going to be. I don't care how much volatility that FOMC brings, or, oh man, if I could only buy this dip. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'm done for the day. I'm not gonna trade until after during slow markets. It's hard, but you need to get yourself into a good habit. Lockout feature, yes. It's great for new traders. It's great for traders with different levels of experience. And as I'm talking, I got someone in the green screen, or in the green room. Let's see if you are ready. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And just like that. There's Coach Jay.
Background here. There we go. That should be a little bit better. How are we doing today?
Good. I missed the opportunity to switch it to like some walkout music or some theme song.
Like a wrestler's entrance.
Yeah.
How are we doing today?
Doing good. How are you, man? How was trading for you?
Doing pretty good. Didn't trade, during fast markets. Of course, driving the show with you and Braden. Really nice trade there. That 100-point short, 100-point banger that you caught, but was able to take some trades after the Fed announcement in the NASDAQ, and had a pretty good day overall. About 90 points in the NASDAQ, so never going to complain about that.
Oh, you made 90 points in the NASDAQ.
90 points in the NASDAQ, so
were you trading during or after FOMC?
So after the rate announcement, we talked about it a little bit during at the buzzer, but after the rate announcement, and just looking for it was a long that I took, but looking for that kind of momentum to stop to the downside. We traded below 24,300s, and I think you have my charts up.
Well, let me see. Let's see if I got your charts. I do. Give me like a blink of an eye. I'll get them over here. And just like that, there's your charts.
Similar to how you kind of trade on a 100-tick chart, went down to a 30-second chart and identified this reversal pattern here, kind of 3-bar reversal on this 30-second chart. It was the highest volume that we had after that Fed meeting, and really the highest volume we had all day. Once we closed above that, looked like a pretty good long. So took a long off that area, kind of back up into VWAP, and that was it. I took one more trade, tried to long again off of this VWAP here on the pullback. That one got stopped out, and I heard you just talking about the risk management features. Shout out to the Topstep lockout, where you lock out based on realized gains. So gave back a little bit of realized gains, locked out for the day, and that was it. But what are we seeing in the markets tonight? Did you trade the rest of the day at all?
No. I locked myself out after fast markets. I didn't even look at it. Tomorrow morning after the jobless claims is when I'm going to start getting to work. It's time to make some decisions. It's time to start looking at different stocks and where this market's heading. It's going to be interesting. I think we're done with summer and we're into fall. We're starting to get into fall. Is that fair? A different season in these markets, out of the summer into fall.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is definitely fall now. I think officially summer's over in about 4 days, right? When is the summer? Is it summer solstice, winter solstice? What is it called?
I'm not sure. For me, it's the FOMC. Let's go. As a trader, let's look. It's September 22nd, Monday, September 22nd. Man, time goes by fast.
Autumn equinox. There we go. Fall equinox. There you go. Chat knows.
Chat,
you guys know everything. Chat always knows.
There we go.
Chat always knows.
All right. We're seeing the volatility. I have two charts I've been looking at. I've been watching NASDAQ. We've pumped up since the close. We went through and tested these upper 500s, pulled back just a little bit, kind of consolidating. Gold, same thing. We're just bouncing around these 90s. And top of the hour is in about 30 seconds. What are you looking at for tonight? What are you looking at for tomorrow? We do have the jobless claims, which, in my opinion, the FOMC was as expected. So it's, I said a nothing burger, but it's just it's in line, right? And that's probably why we didn't really pick a very big direction. And now it just put a magnifying glass on the rest.
I did take a quick scalp last night, so I'm up about $120 on this XFA. Just a quick scalp short in the NASDAQ, seeing us kind of push into this 600 area and not continue. High of the day, 24,589. So when we had this candle right here, I am really starting to like this 30-second chart here. Again, it's kind of like that 100-tick chart. But when we had this candle here, just took a quick short back into VWAP, and that was about it. So right now, we're kind of sitting on VWAP here, 24,558. NASDAQ trading a couple points above that. I'm looking for opportunities to buy, to be honest, but I think taking this one quick trade, maybe waiting for jobless claims. I know top of the hour just came in here, so let's see if we get any volatility in gold.
Yeah, gold's pumping. I see some traders going. Foxhole saying go gold. Who's long gold? It's broke through those 700s. Do we go to our 715s, Jay?
Yeah, I mean, I think so, right? That has been a line in the sand. If we look at the FOMC candle, 3709 is 50% of that 3-minute candle, right, on the Fed reaction. That was an insane reaction in gold. It's a 60-point candle in 3 minutes, and maybe even less, or 40-point candle, 50-point candle.
Lots of volatility.
Ton of volatility.
Yeah. That's why I have a hard time holding any positions into an FOMC decision like that.
Oh, yeah.
Even after when Powell's speaking, because you don't know what the market's going to react. You don't know what he's going to say. He could say one word. I remember, maybe you remember this. This was like last year sometime. Powell said the word pain, and everyone was just so focused on, like, really? And the market's like, how is it being just a guy and saying one word affecting like $1 trillion worth of market cap in the world's markets? It's just, wow.
Yeah, and a lot of people expect him to be like very, like, take a hard stance in either direction, and just really not his job, right? It's his job is to kind of play it down the middle, refer to the data, and really keep his opinion out of things. And when you know that any word you say is going to affect the markets, that has to be a really tough job to do.
Yeah. It'd be hard. I would have such a hard time not letting just something slip. Just something. Well, he did. What was it? The Dick's picture? Dick's
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what that one was.
Yeah, I don't know.
But not during a press conference like that.
Oh, definitely not.
Gold pulling back a little bit, hovering around 3,700. I'm not seeing any longer short yet. And while you're here, Jay, let's go ahead and get this in. Let's get this in.
What do we got?
It's Wednesday, Jay.
Oh, yes, it is.
It's Stats Wednesday. So if you'd like Jay and I to review your statistics, go ahead and post them. You could post them in the Discord, or you know what? Let me go ahead and where can we be? Just tag. You could just tag me on social media or the Discord. Either or. If you don't know how to share them, let me switch it to my charts. You go over here on this top left-hand side of your platform. You click on Performance Stats. You click on Share. Copy this link, and then you just share it. You just share it and just say, hey, can you review your stats? But then write something about it. Just say, I'd like you to review this. I'm struggling with this. The more details, the better, so that Coach Jay and I will be able to really provide some good feedback rather than just, hey, here's some stats. Here's some stats. This is what I'm struggling on. This is what I need. Maybe can you help me with this? So go ahead. Do that, get that link, and share them. You can either tag me on the Twix, the Twitterverse, or you can do them in Topstep's Discord. So, Topstep's Discord. Let me get you that link here in just a second. Let me get you this link. Where is it at?
I got it for you, Dakota. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Post it right now.
There we go. I see some traders are already doing that. I think Wednesday I might just do a post on Twitter just for that, so people could just submit their stats underneath it. I think that would be a good idea as well.
All right. Link to the Topstep Discord is in the chat.
There we go.
Wow, look at gold.
You could post them there or there. Either or will work. Yeah, gold's starting to sell off now on that one.
What was that? Yeah, this market is going to, it's a very, very interesting spot here in gold. That range on the FOMC print, that was huge. I'm looking at and we're looking at, go ahead, Dakota.
No, go ahead, finish that. Then I'll answer a question in the chat.
I'm just looking at, a really short time frame chart and, a 30-second $30 candle in gold. I don't think the volatility is over here.
I don't think so. It looks like we might go down and test. We couldn't hold above those 700s, so I'm looking for a little bounce to short, I think, on gold for me. We'll see. So the question says, Slim, Dakota, why do you always trade micros, not minis? Well, minis is a quick way to blow your account, right? I am in an XFA. The XFAs have $4,500 worth of drawdown, and with one mini, that can happen very fast, right? How much are you going to lose per trade? How much are you going to lose per day? Day like today, during a spike of volatility, that's what, 200 points? 200 points with one mini. So I've scaled down to micros. You see me trading 5 micros, so half of a mini, 5 micros, and that's been working out really well for me. In my personal account, I trade a much bigger size, and it's because it's a much bigger account size, right? A couple million compared to $4,500, and so that's all you need. You don't need a lot of money. You don't need big size. You don't need a mini. You don't need 3 minis. 5 micros, and these are the days that I've been putting up. I've made $5,000 this month in just trading micros. I'm doing that. I enjoy it. And then imagine if you're copy trading 5 XFAs, right? You have the ability to copy trade 5 XFAs, and if you're doing that and you're trading just 5 micros on one account, times that by 5, that's 2.5, 2.5 minis, and you could go through and do the math. But I'm still a firm believer, if you can't do it in one account, and if you can't do it with just one micro, then you can't do it using the different sizes. So I plan to scale up once I continue to gain that confidence. I still need to gain that confidence back in my trading and in these statistics, and then I'll start to scale up. It's been a roller coaster for me, but now I'm just coming out. This is the end of the roller coaster, right? Last month, this month, starting to see green, and to me, I won't scale up until I see a good month or two worth of data. I'm not one to say, oh, I had a great week, so I'm going to scale up. No, it needs to be a couple months worth of good, solid data to be able to make those decisions. Oh, there goes NASDAQ.
Yes, it did. Nice little pop there.
Session
593 half, new high.
New highs. Let's look.
How far are we from all-time high?
Not too far, to be honest. All-time highs 47, right?
60, 55 points, 60 points.
Yeah, 60, 70. We could see that tonight. Can we see that tonight during the London session?
Maybe so.
That would
not
be
a lot of size up here at 60. Only 44 contracts up here at 60. It's like just pushing right now.
Yeah, I was looking for a short on gold, but now NASDAQ is popping off. NASDAQ is popping off. Yeah,
Who's trading in the chat? What are you guys in? Go ahead, Dakota.
Yeah, no, I was seeing some traders before you came on was talking about shorts on NASDAQ, and although it's tempting, it's how many times do we usually get ran over by the trend, right? Fighting this trend, the trend is your friend. I always believe in following your process. However, sometimes it's just hard to fight a trend, especially after a day like today and this type of momentum going into tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Dakota, I think they're saying my microphone's a lot higher than yours. I don't know if it's because I'm yelling or what. Maybe I'll talk quieter.
Our settings have not changed, so maybe it's just me not talking directly into the mic, but you sound good to me.
Sounds good over here.
Lockout. Jay is
I'm
way
loud.
louder. I got you. No, we're good. I adjusted it. Sounds the same to me. Oh, there goes the gold. I was looking for a little bounce here on gold to maybe be able to get into a short before we fall off. Hey, look, gold and NASDAQ are going opposite directions.
Is the inverse correlation back on?
Is it back on? Is inverse correlation back on? Maybe. All right, I'm going to look for a short here in gold. I've been saying that as we've been dropping down. Let's see if I can find it. That's what's supposed to happen. Oh, man. All year, gold's been going up. NASDAQ's been going up throughout the past few months.
I'm going to look through some of these submissions for trade review while you look for that trade, Dakota. Okay. Let you know if I find anything.
Yeah,
and I'll share the
music back on.
Share the right screen with you.
And let me go through that as well. There's a few submissions. There's a few submissions for that trade review. I like that. I like the ones that are actually going through and typing out what they need, want us to look at. That's how we get better, right? And yeah, go through that. I'm going to be watching gold. I got a few hashtag slow markets, SJR trades, consistent with the content, slow markets, SJR trades. But look at it, created a little GIF. Looks like they caught the long and then the NASDAQ. Great trades. Hey, there's opportunities. There's opportunities in these markets, and I'm consistently seeing these traders put up numbers in an XFA account. $29,000 in profit in that XFA, and I see you trading these slow markets. Yeah. Yeah, I see you, SJ. I see your stats. I don't mind reviewing them. We'll review. That's one that we'll review after you pick some out, Jay. Gold is.
All right, I got a couple here. I think we can honestly just go in order of what's in the in your chat right now. So we have Lou, Rabid Wolf, and then Jorge. For Yama, make sure, guys, when you share your stats, you leave the radio button selected, right? If you turn it off, we're not able to see your stats. So make sure you leave that. So this is Lou, says, I'm a quick scalper, but I struggle with holding wins and when to cut losses. My best performance has been during New York hours. So XFA active since about 2 weeks ago, up $3,000 in this account, 76% win rate. That is the win rate of a scalper, and average win loss 0.43. So losses are almost twice as big as the wins, but when you have a 76% win rate, you have a profitable account. So this is just, not a lot of trades over 10 minutes. And, there's something here, Dakota, where, a trader will ask, how do I hold on to trades longer? What do you suggest to someone who's just naturally a scalper? Should they even be considering doing that?
That's a good question. I see this a lot on social media. Traders obsess over the win percentage.
Yep.
Or they obsess over the average win versus average loss. And, I get under focusing on one or the other, but they're not independent, right? The key is to, I'd say, obsess over the profit factor. The profit factor is the most important one because that's going to be the judge whether you're making money or losing money. This trader is a scalper with a 76%, almost a 77% win rate. However, the risk reward, it's upside down. It's what, 0.42, 0.42, 0.43.
0.43.
So it doesn't matter as long as you're making money to an extent. However, you have to understand a few losses in a row could really tilt your stats in a negative way. You don't really need to. I think, yeah. Let me dig more in depth in these.
So stats. The one thing I'm seeing is a lot of the P&L on this account comes from today, which was Fed day, and a 3-lot position on gold where you made 3,500 in 5 seconds. And the volatility in the market today facilitated that.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Dakota.
Yeah, you're right on that one. I think the biggest key is the trader says scalpers love volatility. I tell you that.
Right.
And he says I like trading New York session. Maybe you only trade the New York session in high volatile times. The rest of the time you just kind of be more selective. But it's hard to say how you leave runners other than that $3,500 winner. That's a big one.
You didn't need a runner there. The trade was over in 5 seconds, making 35 grand. So what I will say is that high risk on that trade, 100%. So the only thing I ask is, where is the downside management on this account, right? What is that number? And for everyone, that number is going to be different. But in this case, you were down 1,200 before that trade, and then that trade kind of brought you out of the hole. In 5 seconds, you put up $3,500. If that trade went in the opposite direction, which they very well could do, right? No one has 100% win rate. It almost seems like you were okay with just this account being blown, right? I'm not sure exactly where the risk was, but if you can do, that spread in gold at that time was pretty wide, right? So just have an idea of where that downside is. Really nice day today, and then look at the size on these trades so far today, right? There is a 5-lot trade in gold today. You're over leveraging, my friend.
Yeah, I'm looking through some of the other stats outside of the today. They're not too bad. I mean, there was one on September 14th where it was like minus $600 on a single trade.
Yeah. Yep.
And then there was another one on the 16th for minus $800. A lot of small base hits. But the one thing that concerns me is, like, what if you have a losing streak of like 3 or 4 of those $800 losses? Could really put some damage to this account. So sizing down is going to be important, I think, going forward.
Size down for sure. Every trade today was, I think I've heard Hoag say it, just because we can doesn't mean we should. Were there, and I'll just ask the question, were there these five lot trades in gold? Was there a setup in gold that facilitated a 5-lot trade? Right. Dakota, you might take a 5-lot trade in gold. You might take a 10-lot trade. Are you taking it on C+ setups?
Right. Or I'll scale into it. But this is a scalper. Right. I mean, making money is making money. I just would like to see him size down. So when he, like, it's not a matter of if, it's almost like a matter of when you run into like a 5 or 10 trade lose streak.
This was a 10-lot trade, actually.
Oh yeah, that's
size. A lot of size.
But other than that, I like it. I like the statistics overall, like the consistency of scalping in and out, just being able to manage the risk a lot tighter, which you do that with size. I am short gold though, Jay. I am now short gold.
All right. What price you get?
I got 91 half. My 5 micros. Base hits. Let's see if I'm going to get out of one at 88. 88. Got another one at 80.
Nice trade. In the chat, some of the people in the chat, they got it. They were like, what Jay is saying is coming from self-experience, 100%, right? I'm not speaking about something that I haven't already done myself. And I think that's part of our job here, is to, provide some of our experience to hopefully help someone not make the same mistakes, but everyone's going to learn for themselves. I haven't quoted Jay-Z in a while on Topstep TV, but he has a line in the song where he says, "Hove did that, so hopefully you don't have to go through that." And that's the way I see this, right? If I share all of my experiences with you, the successes and the failures, hopefully you learn from them. and you don't make the same mistakes yourself. But everyone is going to make their own decisions.
Go through their own journeys. Yeah. And shout out if you're new. Who's new? Who's new in the chat? Shout out. Let me know if you are new to the stream, if you're new to Topstep, or if this is like your second day, third day, because we always have new traders tuning in. And if you're new to these futures, like that is a big part of what we are here for, is asking questions, going through this. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Couple of weeks. Nice. New to the chat. Metal to Millions. Welcome. We are... Love to see new traders. Always love to see new traders joining in. I took profits on 2 of these contracts, and we're bouncing off these 87.8s. I was expecting a little bit more follow through into these 80s, these mid to lower 80s. My stop loss is at 96. Day trading, I know that's sarcasm with that wink. That is going to be my goal this weekend. Everyone in the chat, please hold me to it. Creating a 3-bar reversal video as my goal this weekend. I have a professional boxing match I'm going to with one of my friends. His name is
Nice.
Jay-Z, and he's a professional fighter. He's the one he rocks me, man. I don't have cauliflower ear, but man, my ears have been damaged with his left hook. That's for sure. And gonna go watch him fight. Here we go. Let's go through these gold. Come on, let's get through these session lows into these mid 80s. That video would be awesome.
3-bar reversal video. Make it a TikTok.
Make it a TikTok. Make it both. Make it a little everything. For free. I'll do it for free. Free of charge. I won't charge. 3 chapters.
Short a couple micros here, right?
Yeah, I was short 5 micros. I closed 2 off right at 88. And now I have 3 on. My stop loss is at 96.2. My entry's at 91.5. I'm looking for follow through down to these mid 80s, and we have not got it yet. But I'm still what do we call it? Confident in this trade.
Mark Kemper wants to know, how do you sell a partial part of your position? You change the quantity, and if you're long, you change the quantity. Let's say you're long 5,
Yeah.
change the quantity to 1, and you just sell 1.
Yeah, let me show you. Right there. This is the only thing I don't show on screen. Other than that, you get to see everything. It does grind my gears whenever I see someone just zoomed in on like a little small section of their of their platform hiding. I don't know what account you're in. I don't know what you're showing. But yeah, this is the only thing I'm doing just so you can see the charts a lot better. And yeah, you can see I entered in 5 micros, and I got some buttons with the power of OBS. Jay, guys, scoot you over to the side. You can change quantities right there. Yep, you're good. Change the quantities, and I get in at 5, and then I'll switch it to 1, and then I'll close out 1 contract at a time. I like to close out since I'm in a short. I do join the bid, so I don't have to worry about slippage very much. So let's watch. Let's see if we can demonstrate this here for you. Let's break down into those 87s, and I'll get out of 1. I'll just join bid. You can see my position would go from -3. I'd be short 3, then I'd be short to 2, and it will update your position for you. And you don't have to get out at join the bid. You could also just, buy 1 at market. If you're short, you're buying 1 to close. Buy to close. Sometimes I do forget that we do have those video tutorials here in the support section, 5-minute video tutorials. But some of the basic platform functions of trading do need to be addressed a lot more. Because I know, myself included, sometimes you take for granted how much we've learned over the years, Jay, and
Yeah.
a brand new trader was like, okay, you're short. How do you close? Maybe you don't even know you could make money shorting a market, and then you tune into slow markets and like, oh, what do you mean you're short? It's like, yeah, we sold 3 at 91. We're gonna buy them back at 88s. So
Good point.
I love to think of things. I love to think of that because the feeling of learning these markets for the very first time is just something you'll never get again.
That is a great point. And maybe we do take it for granted a little bit, where it's just like, yeah, that just kind of makes sense. What I do want to encourage new traders to do, though, is explore the platform that you use, right? Sometimes you might find a feature that helps you, helps your workflow, helps you understand the markets that we don't even use. And you don't do that unless you click around a little bit. So don't be afraid to explore. Make sure you don't just randomly click buy or sell buttons, but it's okay to click on some other things and see what they do.
Yeah. Do it in a practice account. Make sure you're doing it in a practice account, not an account that matters, not a combine that you're working on to get funded, or a funded account, or a live account. I remember that on my very first live account, I have not a prop for. I've been trading for almost 15 years now, but my very first platform I was using was an old Scott trade platform, and it was live account, obviously, it's your personal account. Fat fingered, I accidentally, and I remember this very vividly. It was the Qs. And I learned about short selling for the very first time. I accidentally sold it, and I got a call saying that I couldn't place it because there was margin, and I just kept trying to do it, and I learned. I learned about. I learned a lot about that. Thank goodness it didn't, and thank goodness it required a parent or guardian's approval.
Yeah. First time you realize you can make money selling the market, it's just like, whoa, that
doesn't make sense.
I don't know if is it a great thing? Is it a good thing? I guess it is a good thing, right?
I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Depends on the market. Depends on the market.
We're liquidity in these futures markets.
Right.
Richard Harris says, out of my longs. So I'll keep everybody updated. We want to go back to those stats, Coach Jay, and I'll keep everybody updated on this gold trade. If it moves, we'll switch it back.
All right. Let me try to remember who we have here. This is Rabid Wolf. I've been in a huge rut lately. I think I got my risk management under control, but sometimes slip up. I'm sure you can see which days I went on tilt. And for Rabid Wolf here, I'm going to be honest, it is kind of hard to see when you went on tilt because you manage your risk so well. There are some days that are bigger losses than others, but you don't trade a whole lot. You don't trade every day. I see a couple of, let me full screen this, but I see a couple of losing days, but it's one trade, $500 loss. You're overall positive on this account. And you've held it for a while, right? This account is going on 3 months. 57% win rate. Your average wins are a little bit bigger than your losses. This is great risk management in this account. And if you feel like you're on tilt, it may be the mildest version of tilt that I've seen in a little while, right? Be conscious of position size, where sometimes I see you taking a couple of micros, and then other times you're in 2 or 3 minis. So just be conscious of that as far as risk management goes, right? Because it may feel like tilt if you over leverage in a position, get stopped out really quick, and go from there. But there's a ton of data in this account. I'm not sure. Trying to look at the P&L curve. I'm not sure if some of these drawdowns were payouts or not, but this is consistency in this account.
Yeah, it's not too bad. The only day I would ever guess this trader went on tilt was Tuesday the 9th, just because
September 9th?
Yeah, yep.
16 trades.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Everything else looks kind of on par. There was that one trade that was a mini minus 500, but then you're done. You didn't let it blow your account.
Right.
Your tilt is not bad at all.
No. Yeah, not bad at all. And that day you identified it as tilt, Dakota, and it's probably because it's the most trades we see on this account. But even then, a $200 negative $200 tilt day is great risk management.
It's not bad
I'm
at
not
all.
sure
Huh?
No, I'm not sure if you're using a lockout feature or what it is, or you just have the discipline to walk away. But this is pretty good. Now, you're down on the month right now. I wouldn't look at it that way. Continue to take good trades. There's still a ton of time left in the month. Maybe it looks like you're kind of choking your trades a little bit recently. I don't know if it's because you feel like you're on tilt.
All right, and real quick, Jay.
Trade well.
Let's switch it over.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna manage this gold trade so I could show. I moved this stop loss. I had it at 69 because I widened it because I took profits. But let's see. I want to demonstrate to that trader asking a question. We'll see if we can get this. I want to have that wider stop loss. I'm managing this manually. Will I hit the stop loss? I'm gonna. Yeah, it's just emergency stop loss. Let's see if we could get through these. And what I do is when the market starts getting close to either my target or a breakdown trade, I'll have my mouse over the join bid button. And so if we do get a spike in volatility to the downside, like say we break down, it's easier for just join bid, and then it'll fill me at the next available bid price, or I'll join the bid. That's exactly what it's doing. The green is the bid, the red's the ask. So let's see if this can demonstrate it. Looks like we're going to break it for a second. We're hesitating here at 88, but it's looking like we could break down. So wait, new session lows. Are we going to find any follow through on these sessions? J Dub says, first time here, good vibes. Always good vibes.
Thanks for joining us, J Dub. Where are you watching from? Where are you joining us from, J Dub? Ooh. See another one that's pretty interesting, Dakota. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll manage that trade.
Yeah, a couple more minutes. We'll do that. Starting on trading with Topstep. What do you recommend to follow, or the best way to start? There's a lot of material, and I'm, how do you say, overwhelmed on that. Well, you're in a great place right now. TopstepTV is probably where I would start as a brand new trader. You have these tutorials here. You go to support and you have the tutorials to learn Topstep and the platform, and just classes whenever you're available. Tune into the classes. There's lots of recordings. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't overcomplicate anything. Keep it as very simple as possible. And the Topsteps Discord is also another great place where you could find other members and have conversations. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So don't look to be getting a payout in like exactly 5 days and thousands of dollars. Just take it slow. Take it slow. Someone says, I'm in South Dakota, driving 18-wheeler, watching Dakota. All right, Jay, let's go to the stats. This market ended up holding.
Hold on a second. Realized I was sharing my full screen with you, and I had some other stuff up. So
yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Yep, full community, lots of live streams. Yep, you got me, you got Jay, you got some great coaches here. And the Discord just never ceases to amaze me.
All right, we're good to go here.
Okay, we'll switch back to your charts, and shout out to you. Just got my first payout today, first time ever XFA. Great work.
This is from Icebag. The comment says, every time I get my first payout on an XFA, I end up blowing it the following week. My goal is to make it to 30 days. 30 days. So green wall on this account, Dakota. Sometimes you got to do a little digging, right? Look at it with a microscope to see what's actually going on here. But when you look at this, pretty good stats. I'm gonna click on, I think it was, so actually let's start from the top. Almost $8 grand in this account. Nice win rate. Average winners a little bit bigger than your losses. Profit factor 1.6. Pretty good so far. So now this trader's thing, I think, is account management over anything, right? You identified what it is that you can, find in the markets to take a successful trade. So that's not the issue. Your issue seems to be account management over time. Look at this day here, Dakota. Monday.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So that is a $4,500 drawdown there. We know that there is no daily loss limit with Topstep accounts. In Topstep X, right, you can set it yourself. This almost, and let me see if there was, so there was a drawdown in the account, and this is it. This looks like when it happens, right? So if you go, you took a payout, it looks like. Trader took a payout because there's no losing days on this account.
Yeah.
Took a payout and then immediately tried to replace that payout by over leveraging, and you almost blew the account. So that might be a pattern that you need to recognize in yourself, where you don't have to do that, right? You did your job, you put money in your bank account, which is ultimately what we want to do. You don't have to make that money back. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to, and that's Sam in the chat. Go ahead, Dakota.
No, you're good. I was going to make a comment on that, but real quick, gold's going back down to these lows. Hold that thought. I know exactly what you're saying. Yep. And, I might as well just let you keep talking. Every time I switch it back to my screen, gold bounces off 88. Dang it, man. But while it's on my screen and while I'm talking, my one comment on that, Coach Jay, is that strategy works until it doesn't, to the extent where you could handle those drawdowns. I see you're trading 1 mini, right? He was trading 1 mini on gold on that drawdown. Is that what it was? And you could deal with drawdowns, but then as soon as you take a payout, you have less of a drawdown, right? And so the biggest thing that I would recommend for traders when it comes to taking payouts, don't take a payout that's too big that will change the way you trade. And don't let that payout change the way you trade. Like, yeah, I took out 1,000. I need to immediately go make that $1,000 back up, or then you lose $1,000 worth of drawdown. So don't take a payout too early or too big that will hinder your trading to that extent.
Yeah, what it looks like is you were trading reasonable size, and then you had, on that day you just scaled up, right? Five minis in gold. After taking a payout, right? So you have a tighter drawdown, and then you're trading more size. And that could be, look at your prior XFAs where you said you've taken payouts, right? Where, again, congrats on paying yourself, because that's the biggest thing. But if you want to sustain the accounts, you know it in your own trading. Is that a pattern that you do? Every time you take a payout, you decide to scale up. If that's a pattern, whenever you feel the urge to kind of do that, that's the perfect time to hit that lockout button and reassess what you're trying to do.
Yeah. Yep. Identify that emotion or that, identify that within yourself, and then be able to hit that lockout button. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yep.
All right, back to that. This gold just keeps teasing me.
Let's see if we got another one here. You got another one up, or is this my screen?
This is your screen, Jay. Yeah, this is your screen.
All right, this is from BR Walker in a 50K account, just looking for advice. Another scalper here, looks like 44% win rate. Average wins bigger than your losses, but down on the account right now. Not down a whole lot, down 325 in a 50K account. My advice is going to be, give me 1 second. Try to be more consistent with your sizing. There's some 1 micro trades, 1 mini trades, then 3 micros, and then right after it, 2 minis. Try to be a little bit more consistent with your sizing on these trades for now, while you build a buffer in this account, right? There's a lot of trades going on here, and almost every trade is a different size. That would be my advice. Anything you have here, Dakota? It's only, it's 5 days of data.
I like that.
Decent amount of trades.
I like the trader put a journal on that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when the trader put the journal. The day before that, though, was a red day. or the day after that $1,000 day.
That was today. Yeah.
Yeah, today. Oh yeah, today. FOMC. Click on that and you can see where he was in. It was a good day. When did that loss start? Did it come during FOMC?
No. So I was looking at that actually because I saw the big red day on FOMC, and there's not even any trades after the Fed announcement.
It was all before.
That was all fast markets trading pretty much. Then maybe a half hour after fast markets.
Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say for a second there it looked like okay he was up money and then he traded FOMC and gave it back, but
that's what it looked like. Yeah.
Consistency, sizing, that's it. I think we could go through most of these counts that struggle, and I could say the same thing across most of them, saying size down, size down, size down.
Yep. So here, good point you just made there, Dakota, on when did that drawdown happen. The initial profit came in the overnight last night. You made $300, and then look at all of the work that you did. This was one trade, right? So you made $300 with one trade. Dakota, I know you've been talking about this with your personal account. You make 1 or 2 trades a day, and that's the profit for the day. For all the work that you continued to do, you extended that P&L high from one trade by $160 before then giving it up, right? So write this quote down maybe somewhere. Trade less, make more. Where maybe you don't have to be as active as you were in the markets. If you're seeing an opportunity, great, but secure some of the profits.
Trade less, make more. Less is more. Quality over quantity. Yeah. You was talking about my personal trading. That was one of my big things that I have is in my personal trading. I don't trade it very often. I'll take one trade a day maybe. Like today, I didn't even touch my personal account. Which I'm happy with. I'm happy that I didn't have to worry about that. And yeah, just one trade a day is really all it takes. There's some professional traders that I have conversations with, and they might take 2 trades a week.
Yep.
2 trades a week. They wait for the perfect setup, and I'm flat. I just went ahead and closed it. I just went ahead and closed it. We're seeing chop. Not too bad. Flat. We still might break. Well, we're going to break down now as soon as I closed it.
Isn't that how it works?
Hey, yeah, that's how it works. Hey, green on the screen. I am up. I'm up some money. Okay, chat. 69. That number follows me everywhere, man. Traders think I do it on purpose, but it just shows up. No, I'm happy I got out of that. I don't want to play in this chop. If it was going to break down, it was going to break down there. The fact that we're holding these 80s and 90s are something else. I know. You guys could laugh. That funny number. Anyway, let's go back. We can finish it off strong with another stats. I'm not seeing anything else in this market. Let me do another market recap here at the end of slow markets while you find those last stats.
I got one more here.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Market recap for me. I'm finishing slow markets up $69. Not seeing much more on gold. We're kind of just hovering down around this. I'm slightly bearish going into tomorrow. We do have that unemployment number. Please understand that unemployment number is going to be, we don't know the direction, but I do believe that there will be a magnified level of, I guess, importance. How do you say it? It's a red folder. It's even more red. It's magnified.
More eyes on those job numbers.
Yep. And then taking a look at the NASDAQ, we're continuing to push higher. The trend is your friend. Buy the dip in the NASDAQ has been the theme of, since I could remember. Now, we have all-time highs at 647, and we are sitting here at 590, basically. So we are about 50 points, 60 points from all-time highs here in the NASDAQ. Can we see it overnight? Very well. once again, same thing applies to all these markets. The jobs number tomorrow morning will definitely bring some volatility. It's something I'm paying attention to. It's pre-market. Tomorrow morning is fast markets. Coach Jay, I believe you will be on there talking markets before the market open. And let's take a look at those final statistics before we come to a conclusion here.
All right, we got one more. This is from Moses81 in Discord. Mo in the YouTube chat. Comment says, I'm a scalper. Haven't been able to hold gains for too long and end up over trading for small hits. Any advice would be greatly welcomed. So I looked through this. This is an account. If you just look at the numbers, green on the screen, up $6,600, 68% win rate. Average wins are a little bit smaller than your losses, but you're winning a higher percent of your trades, so that is good. The one thing I see in Mo's stats here are that you are trading all day. There are trade executions from 6 p.m. Eastern time, which is Globex open, to 4 p.m. Eastern time, which is the session close every day. And that's just a lot of decision making, right? That's a lot of decisions every day to go in and out. I would say, and what I see in this account is, again, a lot of green days, but there's a lot of roller coaster days as well, right? Where you're down, you're up, you're down. Look at another day. You're up, you're down, you're up. Down, up, right? That is a lot of roller coaster P&L there. And, this is back to another quality over quantity. Here's another one, right? And you're able to make recoveries, but I'm seeing this and I'm thinking, are you making too many decisions? There isn't a trading day with less than 30 executions here. And again, it could be, scaling in and out of trades, but this is just, it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you have to make this many decisions, by nature, there's going to be some bad decisions in there. So where can you filter would be my question. Right? I'm not sure when that is for you, right? You'd have to look at your stats, see time of day, because you're able to make recoveries, right? I would just, and if you say, over a long period of time, I end up over trading, where can you find in your own trading where you can filter some of this out? But hey, you got $6,600 in this account, so it's hard to tell you when that is. I'm curious what you think seeing this, Dakota.
I mean, like you said, I think that's one of the biggest parts of trading is the emotional, the psychological standpoint. Don't burn yourself out. Just be aware that if you need a break, take it. You are doing really well in these markets, and if you get to a point where you're just like, okay, I need to take a break, or if you feel that urge, I have to trade, sometimes it's better to just take an extra day off, relax, and then get back to these markets and continue to do what you're doing. Don't change what's not broke, or you don't need to adjust anything from what I am telling. Just quality over quantity, like you said, Jay, and then the mental aspect.
So Mo is in the chat right now, Dakota, and he says, Jay, I know it's too many trades. I've tried to aim for a $750 daily profit target.
That's a tough one. Sometimes the market might not present that $750. Is that what you're trying to get at, Jay?
Exactly. Right. So if you're in a situation, and Mo, I see what you said there. Father to an autistic child and hardly get any sleep, so tend to trade for no reason apart from that I'm awake. Be very conscious of that, right? For whatever reason you're awake. For me, it doesn't matter what time I go to bed. I can go to bed at 8 p.m. I can go to bed at 1 a.m. For whatever reason, I'm up at 3:30. Just because I'm awake isn't a good enough, and it's easy to do, right? Especially if we have our charts on our phones and things like that. It's easy to just pick it up and say, oh, hey, I wonder what the markets are doing, because it's an opportunity to make money here. Just be very conscious of that, and trading out of boredom, because sometimes it's not always going to be a great decision. But back to that $750 profit target, if the market doesn't facilitate a $750 day, how do you approach it, right? Dakota, we actually talked to Braden about that this morning, right? Where we've seen Braden have some 5-figure days trading micros. Mo, I see you in the YouTube chat a lot. If you were watching this morning, listen to what Braden said, right? Where he doesn't go into the day saying, hey, I'm going to make 5 figures today, right? It's, I'm going to trade. And if the market facilitates that, then by all means.
Yeah.
I think that's the way we need to approach it.
Make the best decisions. I know I get crap about joking. I talk about LeBron James, right? But you do have to appreciate him for how great of a basketball player he is, and in the mindset of, like, hey, if the correct play at the moment is to pass it to the open player, you pass it to the open player, even though, you know, maybe he could have just went up and made a layup against 2 players. But the goal should always be show up in the morning, ready to compete, ready to play, ready to perform in this market, and execute your strategy the best you can. And to understand that you need to execute the strategy at like your highest capabilities. Like if you're tired, if you're not feeling good, if you're sick, if you have distractions around, just don't trade. Sometimes it's hard. It's one of the hardest parts of trading is the psychological point of not trading. No LeBron James slander.
The hardest part is not trading for sure.
It is.
Good stuff. Good slow market.
Anyway, let's finish it off here. Thanks for going over those stats, Jay. That gold trade, I'm happy I got out of that. Green on the screen tonight. Tomorrow is Thursday. Once again, I'm repeating it because it's very important. Jobs number tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. Central. You're going to be on tomorrow, Jay. You're going to be on for opening call. You, Hoop, JD. And then for fast markets, we have Braden and Aaron Trades, and yourself, you're hosting. Aaron Trades, he hosts the London Open. He's great with gold as well. If you are up, you can catch him there. And then, of course, D for the Euro session. Excited, love it. And any last words going into the end of this slow markets?
Good show as always, Dakota. Always great trading with you on air, man. It was good to be back on fast markets this morning. Also, trade well, everybody. Manage your risk, and when the market presents an opportunity to execute a trade, make sure you click the button. Right? We measure all of these setups, but like Dolby says all the time, you don't know until you bet. Make sure you're placing bets on something that you measured, because then it makes it a lot easier to accept when you're wrong. That's it. That's all I got.
Man, nice work. Thanks again, Jay. Appreciate it. And everybody else, I will see you tomorrow. I will be on with you, Jay, for trades at noon, and then I will be on for slow markets. It's already, this week is getting closer to the end, but still a great day tomorrow and the next. So I'll see everybody tomorrow morning.